Yeah, hi peeps, it's Tess back on the old squat box once again. I was just watching Matt Delahunty do a two-cam while driving, explanation of theism and atheism, and anti-theists and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I don't really get into this philosophical idea of you can argue people in a sensible manner, through logic and making sense and stuff like that, because you just can't. Some people are basically rigid in their mindset, and there's no moving them until they find something themselves which contradicts their own mind processes, their own belief system. And only then will they, if they pay attention to those doubts, those questions, will they ever arrive at an opportunity to step through the doorway into reality from their mythical bubble belief, But the thing that I put in as a comment on Matt Delahunty's video was the simple premise that if you believe without any evidence that your God exists, then you also have to take into, inside that bubble of yours, you've got to accept that if you don't need evidence to believe in a God, then any God can exist, since none of them have any evidence for themselves, for their existence. And in that case, if you take it a step further, all gods exist, because they don't need evidence. All it takes is for someone to believe in them. So if that's all it takes for you to believe in a God is, the belief of that God, and you need no evidence whatsoever, and if you are in a religious group who believes in one particular God, then that puts you right smack bang in the same camp as atheists. Because religious people, especially Christians, are always saying, well, you can't prove my God doesn't exist. Well, that's true. I can't prove your God doesn't exist. But you can't prove that anybody else's God doesn't exist. So you're smack bang dab right where the atheists are. So you are an atheist. You're just not an atheist on your God. And what does that say about your premise of saying your God exists? If you can't disprove other people's gods, then, you're just an atheist. You're just an atheist with a stupid belief that you say atheists have. What now, Christians? What now? You're an atheist just like the rest of us. Like a lot of people say, you've just not taken that one step to say that, well, I no longer believe in my God either. Because you're doing it without evidence. You can't prove Thor doesn't exist. You can't prove Allah doesn't exist. You can't prove that there wasn't a Krishna. You can't prove the Zoroastrians wrong. You can't prove the Catholics wrong. And although you say, oh, but they're Christian, but that's not true, because the Catholics believe in the Trinity. Whereas you only really believe in basically Jesus. Jesus is Lord, isn't he? And even that, you're against your own 10 commandments. There is no God before me, So you're atheist, really. All Christians are atheists. Because you can't disprove other gods. Puts you smack down, bang, right in the fucking same position as atheists. So Christians, stop asking atheists to prove your God wrong unless you can prove all the other gods wrong. Because they're all just as possibly existent as your God. Don't need any evidence for them. All you need is for one person to believe that God exists, and basically that God exists just as strongly as your God exists. There's no evidence for it. They've all got books. They've all got histories, they've all got stories, they've all got, original names of towns or cities where the things in their book happened. They've got lands and countries that are, you know, talked about in their books, their stories of their gods. Basically the same amount of evidence you've got. None. So whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Catholic, you know, by Christian I mean, you know, a Protestant, a Baptist, you know what I mean? You're in the same boat as everybody else. Unless you can give us proof that no other gods exist except yours, then you're in exactly the same position as an atheist. You're just a denier of the truth. That's all you are. In your sort of words. Please, just stop it. Just give up. You've lost the war. This war against humanity, you've lost it. Atheism is the only true reality in the world. We don't need gods. What we need is to make peace with ourselves. Not peace with Jesus, not peace with Allah, not peace with your priest or your imam or your fucking, you know, your father or your reverend. You need to make peace with other human beings, man, and get peace in this world. That's where peace comes from. It comes from us communicating, deciding we're not going to kill each other for stupid, idiotic reasons. Not give people who are crazy in the head the power to drive us to kill each other for something that's non-existent. So soin je vas, and here's to an atheist world.